Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I love zucchini. Why? Why is this happening to me? What's happening? Oh my god. Can you hear me now? I'm gonna lose my marbles. Can you hear me now? Is it fixed? Oh my goodness. Thank gosh. I literally was like, all I have to do is plug my audio stuff back in and then everything will be fine. Oh, you know, all I really should have to do is if I just plug my audio interface back into the back here, then you know, obviously everything will work and everything will be happy and nothing bad will happen. And then I didn't even check if it was on. And then I didn't even check if it was on. Hi! Welcome everyone! I hope you're having a great, or that you had a great week. I'm back. I got home, like, yesterday technically, but I got back. Thank you, Emily, for being a member for 11 months. Hi, Clarity. I'm so happy you're back. I miss your stream so much. Thank you. I hope you're feeling better, that you won't get sick for a long time. You know, I hope so too. I'll talk about what happened, I guess, but I got back at like late at night on what day was that? Thursday. And then I unpacked and then I had to go see one of my friends in a play yesterday and then I had to go see one of my friends in a play tonight. But I'm back and I set everything up except for my mic, I guess. But I mean, well, what I had was not as bad as you breaking. Didn't you break your leg? Wasn't it your leg that you broke? Oh, I certainly didn't break my leg. That's crazy. I hope I enjoy it. Well, I just said I hope I enjoyed it, so I didn't also see it yesterday. My friend has a 2-day reading, and so I'm seeing both days because my friend's worked on her play. She's worked on her play for like half a year, so I wanted to see both days of the performance because I don't know. I just feel like that's what you do as a friend, you know? Like if someone works on something for a really long time, you want to see every bit of it because you want to support their work. But it was sold out yesterday, so I'm hoping it's also going to be sold out tonight. I just get a comp. So, but I flew in and I didn't feel that great. And then, but I was like, you know what? Maybe tomorrow. And then yesterday, I felt good for most of the day. So, I'm hoping, and you know, today I felt good for most of the day. So I'm hoping that I'm like only on the up and up. So before... Wait, is it better when you say like I should say all the fun stuff first. Wait, guys, we have I got my delivery. This is my, well, I wasn't even throat sick. This is just allergies. So my Christmas gift to you finally came in, guys. So I mean, like, I did the concert thing, but that wasn't the actual gift. My actual Christmas gift to you guys is finally here and I can reveal it. It came in today. Do you want to see your Christmas gift? Are you all those types of kids who love to see their Christmas gifts? So I wasn't able to set it up for the stream because I literally got it like 30 minutes ago and I'm not that great at technology. So obviously I couldn't set it up in the 30 minutes because I was struggling to understand the YouTube tutorial I was watching. But this is your Christmas gift from me. Wait, why is it in the corner? What? Where did it go? I have it's an image. It's video. Why isn't it? It's a WebMP. It should play. Why is this WebMP not playing? Play WebMP. Oh. What? WebMP? WebMP play? Wait, let me make a media source. Maybe if I make a media source for it, it'll play. Because one of my background is a WebMP. So the WebMP should play if I do the WebMP. What file is it? Where is it? Sorry, that sounds so impatient. Like I'm some sort of like impatient child, but I am. So, wherefore art thou? I'm gonna loop this file. Maybe I'll rename it. Let me try renaming this. That's a recognizable name. I would know that name. Hello? Can I see my freaking thing that I paid money for? Where is it? Why is it not? It's on my desktop! Why can't I find it on my desktop? It's on my desktop. Okay, I'm gonna put it... Okay. It's on my desktop. Okay, I'm gonna re-download it. Maybe if I re-download it, it'll fix it. Go here. Okay. And then... I love my computer. It doesn't ever do anything that annoys me. Maybe I'll just like... Okay, what if I do this instead? I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna drag it here. And then you guys can just see it through this. Okay, okay. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna show you my Microsoft Edge browser. That'll be fine. Where's my window capture? Okay, select a window. There. I gotta... I love using computer. I got this for you. Merry Christmas. For when we do Zatsus in the future, but like not now because I have to figure out how to set it up, but it's a little of you guys so that you guys can be at the bottom of the stream, you know, doing these different things. It sleeps, it stands, it jumps, it falls, it cries, it idles, it walk. Isn't it just so cute? You guys are so cute. The person was so sweet. I was like, can you make a crying animation? I know it's not on your list, but I'd really like to commission it. And they were like, of course. It's so, your thing is so cute. So they made us a custom crying animation so that you guys could cry on my screen. So once I figure out how to set this up, then when we do our Zatsu streams, you guys can walk around on the bottom and it'll have your little names and stuff, and it'll have your little messages. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. I'll add it as soon as I can for the new year. I particularly really like the sleeping one. It kind of felt really iconic when I saw it. But this is for you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. But that's what I've been waiting for, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get it in time for Christmas, so I did the concert. But I hope you'll like that too. Happy birthday, I guess, also. I guess if it's your birthday, happy birthday. But, that's the really exciting thing. Yeah, happy birthday. Happy New Year, happy birthday. Happy Christmas 2026 in advance. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy 4th. Happy Easter. Are there other holidays? But it is my birthday this year, so thank you. Oh my gosh, really? You have a birthday this year? That's crazy. But is my birthday coming up in a few months? It is. And it's rather stressful that it is, but that's okay. I'm excited. I've got a lot planned this year. What are my things? Well, I guess I'll talk about because I can't stay for too long. I can only stay for like an hour and a half because then I have to get ready to leave. But because I was like, oh, I'll stream for maybe I'll stream longer. I don't know. But then I have to leave, and then I was thinking about moving my stream earlier, but also I didn't want to overlap with the debuts today because I was really excited. I don't know if you guys saw, but Hyorimo Kami debuted her new model today. Her new outfit, and Lamina debuted her live 2D model, her full body flesh looking one with big boobs. And I was watching those before stream today. See, if Yui was here, I would call her out because I was making fun of her because I was watching her stream like sick, and she was so funny because she kept coughing into the mic, and I was like, haha, you know, when I cough into the mic and I know it's gonna be loud, I mute. And she was like, don't at me, and I was like, oh, sorry. Oh my god, yeah. Her little fang things. And also Hio's oh my gosh, why did my mic box just like die for a second? That was so crazy. That scared me a second. You guys should have seen it. It was really scary. For like 1 second I heard like everything in my headset went like completely like muted for a second, and I saw the little line, like the little light boxes on my audio interface like go red, and I was like, what? I got really scared that my audio interface died. That would have been really funny. Can you imagine? I start my stream, my first stream back, and then like, can you imagine? I start my first stream back and in mid-sentence my audio interface dies? That'd be the funniest shit ever. I mean, it would be a little iconic, I'll be honest. That'd be kind of iconic. Don't you think? Would it not be iconic for you as well? But, okay. Anyway, I got distracted. I keep looking at my box. I need to stop looking at that box. It's not gonna fix the audio interface if I just look at it. If I just look at it, it's not gonna make it, like, not have an issue again. So anyway. I like, I have this thing where, like, when I see something break, I, like, stare at it as if, like, it'll fix anything. Staring at things doesn't fix anything. My mom always told me that as a kid. So the issue is, I found out I wasn't having caffeine withdrawals at all. So, you know, like, 2 weeks ago, I was like, guys, I have to, like, stop drinking so much caffeine because I have this, like, high blood pressure. I need to stop drinking caffeine. And then I was like, and I was like, oh, hi, Jackson, hi. I was like, but, you know, like, I'm having these really severe caffeine withdrawal symptoms. I don't know why it's so bad. So, like, I thought that I was having caffeine withdrawal, but it turns out I actually was having a urine infection. And we only found out because I wasn't having symptoms that I thought were of it. So I only found out because I was getting clinical labs done because of the high blood pressure. And then when I went to the doctor's office, she was like, oh, Toka, you know, we did come here today to discuss your blood pressure, but actually there's something a little concerning on your labs. And I was like, oh, what is it? Pray tell. And then she told me that I had a urine infection, and she was like, have you had any of the symptoms that are normally associated with it? And I was like, no. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, I haven't had any of those traditional symptoms. And she was like, well, have you had anything else? And I was like, only things that I think are related to caffeine withdrawal. Well, guess what? They were symptoms of the urine infection, and she gave me medication, right? And so what was really funny is, like, that whole week leading up to, like, last Saturday, I was like, I was having chills and, like, slight achy pains, but, like, not anything too bad, okay? And I was taking Motrin to, like, help with the pain. But then after the doctor's appointment, I was hanging out with one of my like close high school friends, and we haven't seen each other in 2 years. So I knew we were gonna talk for a long time. So I gave my mom my prescription, and I said, "Can you please pick this up for me?" And I went to my friend's house. Okay, and I could tell the moment that the Motrin left my system because I was sitting out with my friend like on her porch, and we were like hanging out and drinking wine, and I just like I felt my neck tense up. I was like, huh? I was like slowly I could feel like my neck start to feel kind of like tensed up and swollen. And I'm like I started to get really cold, and I was like, oh. And then like I started getting this headache in like the lower left corner of my head that would just like start throbbing, and it felt like someone was like shocking me in the back of my head. And I was like, oh. And I was like, my friend was like, oh, are you okay? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. And I just like stopped moving my body so much. And I just kept talking with her because it was only like 3 hours in, and normally when we hang out for like 7 hours. So I just spent the rest of our like hangout like that. And then my mom came and picked me up, and I went into the car, and I like lowered myself slowly into her car, and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, oh, I'm fine. I'm just really cold, and my neck really hurts, and it feels like I can't turn my head a lot. And she was like, that's concerning. And I was like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. I'm just gonna go home and take, I'm sure if it's probably just the infection, if I take the medication, it'll go away. And so I went back home, and I took the medication and some more painkillers, and I lied on the couch, and I like was shivering, and my mom was like, you sure you don't have fever? And I was like, I don't know, I'll go check. And I checked, and I didn't have a fever, and I was just lying there shivering, and I thought to myself, this will go away tomorrow because I'm taking this medication. And then the next day, I had to deliver all of this food to my family, so we were driving around and delivering food, and I was in pain, but I was like, hey, like my neck doesn't feel as stiff as yesterday. Like I can turn my head like a little bit, so should be fine. But then that night, I was like going upstairs to go to bed, and then suddenly my legs started feeling really cold. Like really cold. Like it was like my legs were in an ice bath type of cold, and my feet were even colder. To the point where like first I was like, I'll just sit under the blanket. Maybe it's because it's winter and I'm wearing shorts. But then I was like, well, my legs aren't getting any better. I'll go down and I'll check if I have a fever, and I didn't have a fever. But then I took more painkillers, and then I went back upstairs. My mom was like, are you okay? You don't look okay. And I was like, I'm fine. My feet just are like really cold, and it kind of hurts to walk, and it's a little hard to walk. But I'm like not dying, so it's chill. And then so she got me a heating pad for my feet, and I turned it on, and it didn't even feel like it was really on because my feet didn't get any warmer. And I was like shivering, and so she brought me longer sleep pants, and we put 4 blankets on my bed. But my legs were still cold. So it probably was like maybe a blood circulation thing or something. I don't know. It wasn't like something that I could solve by just putting more blankets on. But I was shivering, and slowly, like within 2 hours after the like medication kicked in, like finally my legs stopped feeling so cold. But they were like, it was like my legs were in an ice bath, and I was really cold, and my mom kept asking if I wanted to go to urgent care, and I was like, I don't want to go to urgent care. I don't need urgent care. I'm fine. But the next day before she left work, she was like, well, if your legs get cold again, or like anything happens, she was like, you should probably, go to urgent care. And I was like, I won't do that. Are you so chill with that? I don't know. I've had kidney stones before. They were way more painful. Like if I was on like the pain level that I was having with like kidney stones, I think then I would go to the doctor immediately. Like when I had my kidney stones, like it literally was like I was in my bed sobbing. I was in so much pain. I felt like I could barely walk. I was like screaming. I was like, if anyone had walked by my apartment door when I had kidney stones, I think they would have thought that I was like actually dying or being killed. I was like screaming, I was sobbing, I was like rolling over. And so I was like, it's not as bad as having kidney stones, and it's not like my like legs are changing color, and like if they were turning purple, I think I would have gone to the doctor. I would have thought they were like dying, but they weren't discolored. They were a normal color of skin. So I was like, totally. I mean, like it's not like anything bad happens to me. So I just lived, and then the next day the problem wasn't that my legs were cold, it was that my headache got really bad to the point where I was like starting to cry. I was like, why is this I was like, because I was looking at all these symptoms online, I was like, why does my head hurt like this? Like, it's only like one part next to the spine, and like there wasn't like a name for it, and I was trying to figure out what was happening. And basically I was like, this isn't normal, and I was talking to my mom about it, and then she was like, well, why don't you text your doctor? Because my doctor at home is like actually one of my mom's friends, so she always responds to our text. So I texted my doctor my symptoms, and the doctor was like, yeah, you know, just to be sure, I would send you to the ER, because those theoretically could also be symptoms of meningitis or sepsis. And so, but I didn't have those, thankfully. But she sent me to the ER, and she called one of her friends who works at the ER. And so I went to the ER, and the only stressful thing about going to the ER was my mom. Because she kept telling me that I was like texting her in a way that was worrying her, and I was like, I'm fine. But I went to the ER and got more labs done. And the lab was way better this time. The person they sent, that like, this guy who came to do my labs was like so much better than when I went the other time, because the other time I think I got poked like 9 times. They were like doing it again and again because they couldn't get in my blood. And this guy was so good, and he was so like sterile. I've never had anyone take my blood and like do like sanitize their glove. Like, he didn't just put a glove on, he sanitized his glove. And he like would sanitize my skin really well before trying to take my blood. And when he tried to take my blood from my hands, he put a child hand warmer on my hands too, to make sure that the skin was warm. It was so amazing. Hi King, thank you for the super chat. Hello Toga, just hopping in for a moment, hoping everything is fine and you aren't too sick. I'm getting a lot better, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. But it was so cool. He was like, I think your hands are really cold and it might make the blood harder. So he put a hand warmer and everything. What a great, what do you call it? Bedside table manner. Never had anyone take my blood in such a wonderful way. I was like, wow, I wish every person who took blood was like this. And like, I didn't feel scared that I could get an infection from the needle or anything. And it didn't hurt when he put the needle in. Because those other people were kind of like just going willy-nilly about it. I was like, wow, what amazing blood work. I got approved for college. Oh my gosh, amazing! I hope you have a great time tomorrow. College is great. I hope that you have a good time. What is it called? But we got the results back, and the doctor was really funny. He came in and he was like, so can you tell me more about these symptoms that you've been telling me about? And I was like, yeah. So and I explained all of them, right? It was like the chills and the like headache and the neck pain and the neck like tensing up and limited mobility for it. And he was like, so what's interesting about those symptoms is like, basically, oh yeah, for my blood I'm always just like, you know, take as many as you want. Like, just poke me. I don't really care, as long as you get it done with. I'd rather just get it done with, so I don't have to ever come back. It's just a needle, you know? And it's not as painful as other things, so it's like, well, it'll be done. But basically the doctor was like, so your symptoms are very interesting, because he also like did the thing, you know, where they tap you in the back, because he was worried that it was a kidney infection. But it wasn't. And basically, he was like, your symptoms are really strange because they're not traditionally symptoms of this, but it really is just a urine infection. But he said, looking at your lab from the time that you got diagnosed with it and then the time that you were here, you're not responding to the original antibacterial that you were given, and you in fact could be having a reaction to that medication. Because your like the bacteria count that I had basically doubled since I had my first lab taken. So he thought that the reason that I was having such a severe reaction of symptoms was because basically just all of the bacteria doubled itself. So they gave me this heavy duty shot for the bacteria and then gave me different medication, which was great. Well, I mean, it didn't work immediately, but it was great that it happened. Because that night I was getting dinner with my mom, and for a bit I thought I was getting better. Turns out that was just like my adrenaline from going to the ER. When I was actually like relaxing and eating, I was like I was getting like this like sort of pain basically back where I was like having the neck stiffness and stuff. It was very interesting. What? Thank you, King. Let me read your message. Speaking of blood, I once had a new nurse for my blood donation and accidentally crimped the tube too tightly, which ended up causing the line to break, causing you to bleed. That's crazy, bro. Luckily you caught it in time, but I was very drained from that. Whoa, yeah, that sounds really hard. That sounds really, really scary. No sound? What do you mean? You couldn't hear the alert? Wait, did you not hear the spoken line? The alert volume is on. Did you not hear it at all? What the heck? It was extremely quiet. Okay, I'll just turn it up all the way then. I'll say the line instead. Thank you for the offering, Crybaby. I thought I heard it, but I turned it up all the way. If the next time it plays, it's really, really loud, I apologize. And then you just tell me that, and then I'll turn it back down again. But the day after, thankfully, I like well, I didn't feel better immediately. So here was the problem: was then I took the medication that they prescribed to me for the first time, because at first I had the shot and they were like, take it after. So I took the medication for the first time, and for a second it got way worse because I was like starting to feel like I was like really cold again. And I went downstairs and I took my temperature and I had like a high fever, and then my headache got a lot worse and I started crying. And then like about an hour and a half into having like this new medication, I like had I started like sweating a lot, and then magically I started feeling a lot better. It got worse for for basically an hour and a half, and then magically I felt so much better. I was like, oh my god, I could do anything now. And then I went outside and I packed all of my streaming things. And then like later that night when I took the medication a little bit off the time of because I take it basically like every 5 to 6 hours, and if I wait longer than that, then I feel like crap. But I did it, and then like all of it went away and I was feeling great. And so the only times where I felt like extremely bad, where like I feel like cold and my headache comes back, is like when I don't take it on time. So I have a timer set so I take it at the right time, and by next Tuesday I should be completely fine. Like I still feel like mildly lethargic, but as long as I take my medication at the right time, I feel great. And the only time it was like pretty painful again, and you know what's so crazy, was like I was my mom was like, you know, if you fly sick, you're gonna feel sick on the plane. And I was like, that would never happen to me. And then it did happen to me, and it was really funny. Because I took my medication beforehand for my flight, but then when I was in the flight, I overslept, and then I didn't take it on time, and then I was in pain on my flight, and then there was a lot of turbulence, and so every time the plane would like bump around, my head would hurt, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And it was very interesting because I was sitting next to this couple, and it was a very interesting experience. It was one of those things where like you want to tell people that they're being kind of entitled, but then you like definitely won't because you have too much social anxiety, and also you're stuck sitting next to them for a flight. Because the reason I woke up from the nap, which was fine because I did need to take my medication, was because this couple, they ordered coffee, and it was already highly turbulent, but as the lady was trying to pour the coffee during the high turbulence, the coffee like spilled, and then the guy like started swearing, and then he asked her how long she'd been working there, and she said 25 years, and then he laughed a little bit, and then when she left, he was turned to his wife, and he was like, can you believe she's been working here for 25 years? She spilled my coffee, like, how unprofessional. I was like, I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here. It's like, oh my god, I'm not here. That's crazy. They were very interesting to watch during the flight because they were very they kept ordering stuff off the menu, and I was like, okay. And then they would get upset with the service, and I was like, so like, why are you ordering then? You should have brought stuff to the flight. Is that not how that works? If you don't like the things that they do on the flight, then you just bring your own stuff and you don't complain. It was very interesting. But I've had extremely like, I've had, well, not extremely, but I've had pretty bad luck since I killed that cricket on mistake. And also I had bad luck the day I also had bad luck the day before I left. So the day before I left, I had an eye doctor's appointment, and I was like really stressed out for like 3 hours because, see, this is why I don't live tweet, because I feel like I would worry you guys because I like do stupid things all the time. I like went to the eye doctor, and mid eye doctor, I called my doctor after my part of the appointment because my mom goes after me, and then I was like, hi, so this is how I'm feeling today. And she was like, well, why don't you come after the eye doctor to our office, since it will be done for the day, and then you can just come after and we can give you one more examination before you fly. And I was like, okay. So we were already on a time limit, right? So we go to get some food after the eye doctor's appointment, and we go back to the car after, and we go to like pick up food because we always pick up food for my my doctor before we go to every visit. Every single doctor, this is my mom. I don't think most people do this for their doctors, but every time before I go to a doctor's appointment, we have to pick up food to give to the doctors. So we pick up like either some sort of like takeout, or we pick up like pastries. So if it's like a group office with a bunch of people, we pick up pastries. And then if it's a like smaller doctor's appointment, like my regular general doctor, then we bring them like takeout food. So we were going to go pick up takeout for my doctor before she saw me, before I like flew out. And the doctor, like, as we were getting out of the car, I was like, Mom, I can't find my wallet. And so we called the eye doctor because I thought, oh, you know, I draped my chair over, or I draped my jacket over the chair. Like, maybe when I draped my jacket over the chair, the wallet fell out. And we called them, and they were on lunch, so they didn't answer. And then we called the restaurant we went to because I thought, oh, you know, I also draped my jacket over the chair at the lunch. Maybe maybe it fell out then. And so we called them, and they were like, no, we don't see any jacket. And I'm sorry, we didn't see any wallet. And I was like, oh, because my wallet has like, you know, my ID, my passport ID, you know, it has like my cards, and it also had like, you know, my all of my insurance cards. And I was like, oh no, I don't know what I can't fly out if I don't have it. I was like, I can't make my flight if I don't find my wallet. I don't have any other way to go on the plane. Because all of my forms of identification that I brought with me were in my wallet. I was like, I need it, but my flight is tomorrow. So I was freaking out. And then, like, my mom was like, well, you know, like, halfway through your other doctor's appointment, we should be able to get, like, that's when the lunch will be over for the other office. So we'll call them up for that. But then, on the way back, oh my god! Penny! Hi, Pee-Pee! Welcome! Hi, Pee-Pee! How are you? How was your stream? Welcome in, Raiders! If you don't know who I am, my name is Soka-kun from Stellarverse Productions' first generation Infinium, a crystal diamond VTuber who talks a lot. And yeah. You're looking at houses? What, for you to buy? I didn't know you were that kind of money. Hey, hey, Pee-Pee. What type of houses were you looking at? We were just looking at houses. Were you just what you call? Were you were you like looking at Zillow? Like, were you just shopping through Zillow? Honestly, that sounds like a pretty iconic stream. I love looking at houses that I can never afford. I wish I could afford them. Did you find any dream house, or were they all ugly? You were looking at $42 million houses. Okay. We have very different normal, like, oh, sorry, normal. We have very different, like, price points that we look through at Zillow. I normally, like, you know, I'm looking at the Zillow at like a 1 mil to 2 mil range for the house. I like keep mine in like a slight realism. Like, you know, maybe if I ever like became rich, I could afford my $1 million house. You were really out there looking at the $42 million houses. So true. 42 mil is nothing for Big Q. Big PQ, she can afford any house with that triple quadrillionaire dollar signs. I don't actually know what a quadrillion is. Does anyone have a quadrillion dollars? Well, I'm about 2 mil short of 40 mil right now, so don't check my bank. Oh, I won't. You're super rich? Oh yeah. Penny Cubit? That's a very rich sounding name. The Q is quite fancy, you know? I don't normally meet someone with a last name that starts with a Q. It gives kind of royal, you know? That's very royal vibes. PP, you gonna share that giant house once you get it? Hey, you know, I could use it. I could be your maid. I'll be your maid. I'll clean for free living. You know, that's I assume a $42 million house got a lot of rooms in it. You know, I could clean. I can cook. I can cook. I can clean. I can do your laundry. I can iron. How about the babies? How many babies you got? Oh, Mr. Scrumples. I was like, how many babies do you have? Wait, like 12 children? Like, all of varying ages. All of varying animalistic qualities. A lot of babies, they're so cute. I only know the one Mr. Scrumple. Is there more than one Mr. Scrumples? Is his name actually Mr. Scrumples? By the way? Is that what that creature is called? Is his actual name Mr. Scrumples? You might wake up at 8 at your bed asking for food. Well, I can cook. No, his name is Tokage. Guys, what's wrong with my literacy? Tokage. So like, doesn't Kage mean like shadow or something? My cat really wants to enter this room. Fine. I'll let her in. Enter, please. Slamming at my door like something bad. My cat's been really clingy. She's been super clingy since I came back home. When I leave a certain area for too long, she gets nervous that I'm abandoning her again. And so she comes and finds me and slams on doors. And yesterday I was trying to take a nice relaxing shower, and then she put her paw under the door and tried to open it for a while until I yelled at her to stop. Abandon her again? I leave her every single year to go visit my mom for the winter. Holy jeez! That's a lot of Mr. Scrumple. Wow, you do have a lot of Mr. Scrumples. That's so many Scrumplies. I'm particularly fond of I'm a really big fan of the little Scrumply that kind of looks like Serena Starstruck. There's one like in the center of this picture that kind of looks like Serena to me. I also like that one in the middle of the red and the white one. That one's kind of really cute. I also really like that one in the back with the radish one. That one's really cute. You have such cute Scrumples. The Serena Scrumple. Poor creature just loves me? Yeah. She loves me very loudly. What do you want? Okay, so now that I've given her attention, she's chosen to ignore me, but that's just kind of how she interacts with me. I looked at her and then like I pet her and then she walked away, and then I looked at her again and I asked her what she wanted, and now she's ignoring me. So that's the life of a cat owner. What can you say? What can you do? Cats love doing that. It's like this morning when she jumped onto the bed and I petted her, and then she bit my hand and then ran away to the other side of the bed, and then I looked at her like, what the fuck? And then she just looked at me and turned away and ignored me. And then when I was about to get up, she came back and she lied on my chest so I couldn't get up. And I was like, okay, well, that's beautiful. Okay, oh! I like thought that it said I love you for a second, and I was saying, okay, well, okay, I lurk now because I hate you. That's okay, Penny. Whatever you want. It's fine. It's not like I care or anything. It's alright. It's not like I care or anything. It's totally fine. But I don't care that you hate me because I'm a big girl. It doesn't impact me at all. Because I love you enough to let you be free. That's totally chill. You know? That's how love works. Anyway. I love you, Pee-Pee. Have fun lurking. It's so funny. Okay. I love you, Pee-Pee. Have fun lurking. But, what's it called? Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So my mother bought my merch for my anniversary merch. She was like, so for reference, my mom's only seen like the, what do you call the, like, what do you call, she's only seen like pictures I've shown on my phone of like the individual gen mates, right? Like she hasn't seen us next to each other, right? And so I was showing her the merch and she was like, oh, what's this group one? And I was like, oh, that's a desk mat, Mom. And she was like, let me see it. And so she clicks on this desk mat. She goes, why'd they make you so big? I was like, what? She was like, why are you just bigger than everyone? What happened to you? I was like, I'm just taller. I don't know what you mean. I'm just taller than everyone else. And she was like, well, then why are they so short? They're a lot shorter than you. What happened to them? I was like, Mom, you can't ask why they're shorter than me. You don't do that to people. And then she was like, so what do you do with these desk mat things? What do you need a desk mat for? I was like, well, you can do a lot of things with them. She was like, what about just a poster? I was like, okay, well, like, if some people, you know, when they buy the whole set, is or get above a certain amount of money purchased, they can have the chance to have the poster thing. She's like, okay, so if I want a guaranteed poster, I should buy this desk mat. I was like, well, yeah. She's like, I want to hang it. Can you see the vision? She was like showing me her like case where she has all my merch. She was like, do you see the vision where I hang it in the background and it's like a poster? And I was like, okay. She was like, so you people who do this streaming thing, you use these desk mats so that you have a place to put all of your things on it. And I was like, well, you can. And I was like, not everyone who has a desk mat is a streamer. Like, you can just have a desk mat. And she was like, so like, but why would you put your stuff on top of it if it's a desk for the desk mat? And I was like, so that your space is clean. She was like, so like, but what if you knock over coffee or spill something on it? And I was like, well, I mean, that's a good point. Ideally, you're not spilling anything on it. And she was like, and she was like, well, like, once you put stuff on it, you're covering all of it. So, like, what was the point of buying it? And I was like, well, I mean, she's like giving all these good points about like why I shouldn't have a desk mat, which I don't have one. Like, the first desk mat I'll ever have is gonna be like the SVP anniversary one whenever it gets shipped out. Like, I don't have a desk mat. My desk is completely 100% raw dogging it. But she was so funny with that. And then she was like, she's so funny. She's like, why can't I just buy your singular sticker? And I was like, well, Mom, it's a sticker set. It has all of us. And she was like, as much as I love your friends, I really just want like 5 of just you. And I was like, well, Mom, you can't just buy 5 of me. But I mean, the sticker sheet isn't that expensive. You could probably buy 2 of them and just have mine and give me the rest. And she was like, no. And I was like, okay. All right. Whatever you want. She's so funny. I wish she only wants the tall one, I guess. She was like, okay, now she like ordered, she got all of her stuff into the cart and then she was like, okay, now you can order. And then she gave away the seat to me so that I could go in front of it and like get stuff. Couldn't you just ask him to only pick stickers for her mom? I did. I asked him if he would print extra stickers for my mom, and I didn't tell her. So hopefully when she gets her package, and he knows which one is mine, obviously. My mom's one, obviously. So he's gonna send extra to her. She's never experienced this before, which is why I think she cares so much about the stickers. Where she's like, when I put a sticker on something, then it's permanently on that thing, and that's very stressful, you know. And I was like, yeah, I know. Because I've liked stickers for a long time. But she's like never dealt with that emotion before. She's like, it's a lot of commitment, you know? I was like, uh-huh. She's so funny. She's like, she buys 2 of all of my merch because she puts 1 in my case and then she puts 1 in a box. And she's like, you know, we need to keep this box growing. Every token merch, you gotta get at least 2, okay? Because you need to put one of your merches untouched into this box. And I was like, why? And she was like, because whenever you have a kid one day, you gotta be able to show them your work. And I was like, Mom, if I have a kid, I'm not showing them my VTubing stuff. And she was like, well, you never know. You should be proud of it. You should show your child. I mean, isn't this what kids like? I was like, I don't really know if, like, kids are guaranteed to like anime. But okay. So I have a sticker book. I've always thought about sticker books, but then I can't see them, so then I just hang them, like, with, like, a little bit of blue tape on, like, the wall sometimes. I swear a little bit too much, I think. Lore-wise, Yui's supposed to be short. What's my excuse for being tall? Because I could choose my height. I'm not even... This is a corporal form that I've decided to take. I'm actually just the rock on my chest. If I... At any time, I could just go back into that thing and you wouldn't even see me no more. Would you... Okay, here's the real question. If you were a VTuber, would you show your kid? Like, if you had a kid, like, 12 years down the line, like, would you show that kid your VTubing stuff? That's the real question. If you were a VTuber and let's say you're on my level of inappropriate, I say some things that are a little unhinged, but like I'm not like unsay so levels, you know, like I'm like I was like, if I have a kid like 12 to 15 years from now or something, God, maybe I'd show them Yui. I think maybe I'd show them maybe like Yui. I would consider showing them Serena, but she streams too much League. I don't want my kid to know what League is. Like, if I have a kid, I'm not showing them anyone that plays League. League is dangerous. I don't want them to know what that looks like. You know? They are not looking at League of Legends. They are not aware that League of Legends exists. If they ever go, Mom, will you buy me this game called League of Legends from the Steam store? I'll be like, absolutely not. Get away from the computer. I'm deleting all of your files. No League of Legends. Absolutely not. Go to your room. My kid's like, can I play this game? What is it called? The one with the shooting. Fortnite! Can I play Fortnite? No, absolutely not. Go to your room. See, now, if they were like, Mom, can I have Pokemon? I'd be like, yeah. And I'd buy them all the Pokemon stuff they want. They can have Pokemon. They can watch... Well, actually, no. I was gonna be like, they can watch Lemmy, but then... Lemmy says a lot of interesting things, doesn't she? I feel like if you were a small child and you repeated some of the things that Lemmy says on stream, you'd get in trouble at school. You know, I want to show them a VTuber who's gonna say stuff that's not gonna, like, get them in trouble at school, you know? Yeah, Rina or Yui would be fine for a kid. Tiny bit unhinged, but doesn't say anything that could get them in trouble at school. You know, like, Lemmy makes a lot of, like, jokes about things where I feel like if you, like... Yeah, like they can watch the bug facts. Those shorts, totally fine. But like, that makes them a lot of threatening jokes sometimes. I don't want my kid to accidentally like say one of those jokes at school to another kid thinking that it's just a joke, but then like the kid doesn't get it and tells the teacher, and then they're like, why did you threaten to harm this other kid? And then they're like, well, I heard this girl with a sprout and a science coat say it online, so obviously it's okay to say it. I'd be like, gigantic facepalm to myself when I'm in the principal's office listening, you know, like that sort of thing would definitely happen. That makes a lot of fart jokes. That is true, though. I mean, I guess fart humor is a kid thing. Kids kind of go through a phase of that. I didn't, but I went through a really strong cringe phase, and I definitely hope that no other person ever has to go through like the cringe phase I had, because it was really hard to enjoy content back then. I had a really long phase of having secondhand embarrassment. Like, I still have secondhand embarrassment, and it is still something that somewhat rules my life, but the level of my secondhand embarrassment that I used to experience was like pretty bad. Like, I used to like turn off the TV and leave the room and like lie in my bed for like an hour because I was trying to get rid of the feelings that I was feeling, and it was really conflicting and making it hard to enjoy life. I hope I can properly teach my kids to be themselves and not be afraid of being cringe. I hope you can too. I don't think I could teach my kid that. If I ever have a kid, I don't know. I'm not looking to have one because I don't have money for that. The thing about children is that they're extremely expensive on a level of which I can't even fathom. Like, I don't make enough money where I can even fathom a child. Like, the thought of a child is like, oh my god, just like literally put me behind the bars. I can't pay. Like, I'm not rich. What am I gonna do? I have enough money to pay for my vet bills for pets, and that's really all that I can manage. My pets barely get any sort of reason to go to the vet, so. I mean, some people are, I guess, more hopeful than I am. I'm not hopeful enough in my monetary life that I am like dreaming of children. Like, I've always wanted a child, but the thought of like having one is like, oh my god, no, couldn't be me. I need a better job. I'd need a better full-time job. Even pets are expensive? Oh yeah, they can be. My parents' dog, once she didn't get dropped, is the thing. She like jumped out of my mom's arms. And then she tore a ligament in her leg, and the surgery cost my parents about $7,000. Originally they were estimating $10,000, but then they went to a different doctor and they got a $7,000 quote instead, and they just took it because it was like less of a quote. Because they were basically like, you know, technically it's not deadly. Your dog could survive the rest of her life without the surgery, but she'd be in pain. And my mom and dad were like, well, we don't want her to be in pain for the rest of her life. So they paid for the ligament surgery, but it was really hefty. That's like a full person bill. You know? That's why as soon as it happened, we got my dog pet insurance. And then every time I ever go with my dog to the park, I always look at him in the eyes and I go, I swear to God, if you get hurt and I can't pay for the vet bill, you're gonna have to gosh darn live like that for the rest of your life. So you better just not get hurt, okay? And he looks at me like he doesn't know what I'm saying, and I don't think he does. So. But he's a pretty healthy dog. But oh my god, it was so sad because I was lying down with him. At night, every night before I would go to bed when I was at home, my mom and I would lie in her bed with my dog and we would watch the news together. And one day I was lying in bed watching the news with my mom, and my dog was like in front of me and I was cuddling him, and I was looking closer and I was like, oh, you have some shiny fur. And I was combing through and I was looking at this shiny. I was like, I've never seen this shiny fur before. Because it was white, but it was shiny. And then I noticed that those were like white hairs of age. I never noticed that he had white hairs of age because he has some white in his fur. So I always just thought that it was white, like the regular white of the hair. No, those are his aging hairs. I was like, what the heck? You're old! I grabbed his face and I was like, stop aging! No way! I was like, there ain't no way you have aging hairs. And I looked more around his body and he's covered in white hairs. I always just thought it's because he has white hair. But it's different. You can actually tell the difference between like the actual white fur and then like the age white fur. Because the age white fur is kind of a little bit shiny, and then the regular white fur is very matte. But But I was digging through his little face and his little body and looking at all of the little shiny white hairs, and I kept opening his ear flap and whispering into his ear and telling him to stop aging, because that's so bullshit. I was like, you have to stop aging. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. And then he would just turn at me because he was like, why are you lifting my ear flap? I was really annoying that night because I got really sad. I was like, don't age, don't age, don't age. I was like, stop it, stop it, stop it. But he didn't really care. I think he just kept looking at me because I was really pestering him and I was really annoying him, and he just wanted to lie down and maybe have some extra food. He's a hungry guy. But he had a great time because he had a great time on our trip because they my mom kept like what is it called? My mom kept giving him like steak and chicken over his meal. Sometimes we would just go to the market because she wanted to pick up meat for him, and she'd cook him chicken and meat for dinner to go over his kibble. And then when it was the Christmas and the New Year, so for Christmas, my mom gave him turkey from our turkey. And then for New Year's, we went to the Asian market, and my mom was buying stuff for New Year's because my mom makes sashimi and stuff for my family members for the New Year. And then when we were there, they had these extra like I don't know what they call them. They were like these bits, but they were Wagyu, but they were like the parts people didn't really necessarily want. Like they weren't good cuts. So my mom bought Wagyu bits, and then she cooked them up for my dog for the New Year. And I don't even think he really appreciated it, because he ate it like it was nothing. He didn't savor that meat at all. He just went, and then it was gone. But he got Wagyu for, well, it's American Wagyu, so. Because the Asian market has American Wagyu and then Japanese Wagyu. And the Japanese Wagyu is like real expensive. But the American Wagyu is not so bad. It's just more expensive than like I would pay for a dog. But because when we were there, she was like, what do you think your dog will think of this meat? And I was like, Mom, he's not gonna know that it's Wagyu. He's not gonna really think about that. He's just gonna eat that like his like breathing air. He's not gonna appreciate it. She was like, but you know, it's the New Year. You know, we gotta celebrate the New Year with him. And I was like, I'm sure he'll enjoy it. I just don't think that he's gonna appreciate it for what it is. And she was like, well, he just thinks it's food. He doesn't care. But I was like, you could literally just give him like the ends of a cooked fish and he'll just think that you're like a god or something for giving it to him. She was like, no. And I noticed he gained a little weight when we were at my mom's house, and I was like, oh my god. Because this woman, if she like wants a snack, she goes and gets a snack, and then he goes and he puts his face on her legs and he looks at her real cute, you know, like he gives her the, what is it? Where's my toggle? He gives her the, he gives her this face. He goes on her legs and he does this at her legs. He goes, or he'll go like, you know, he'll do that sort of thing. My mom eats it up. She eats it up. And I'm like, don't fall for it. He's just trying to manipulate you. And she's like, but he's hungry. And so if she's eating a snack and he goes and does that to her, she goes to the treat bags area and she goes and opens the bags. And she goes, which one for you right now? And I always go, Mom. And then she goes, okay, we'll do the little bees because these are smaller. And so your mom won't be so angry, okay? So this is a small treat. And she always looks at me and she holds the little treat in there. She goes, see? It's not that big. This is a small treat. And then she breaks it up and gives it to him. She's like, if I break it up into a bunch of pieces, then he won't even know. Chio! Hi! Hi, Chio! Welcome! Hi, Dinos! Dino Raid! Dino Nugget. I'm hungry. Oh my god, Chio! Let me give you a wrench! Chio. Whoa! I threw the wrench and I hope you caught it. It looks like you did. Welcome, PogChoms! How was your stream, Chio? What did you do? Did you guys have fun with Chio? To those of you who don't know me, my name is Tokakun from Stellarverse Productions' first generation Infinium. I'm a Crystal Diamond VTuber who likes to sing and yap. I hope you all had an amazing stream. Yeah, you had a lot of fun? Yippee! You blasted zombies in Old Mansion, Resident Evil. Oh my gosh, I've never even... So I've heard a lot about Resident Evil and I've watched a couple videos of it, but I can't play it because of the 3D graphics, but I always have thought it looks really, really cool. And from what I've seen of like different, like some analysis videos I've seen of it, it seems like it has really interesting lore. I hope you had a lot of fun blasting those zombies. The only zombie game I've ever played is Project Zomboid, which I was really bad at. I think I died within like the first what is it, like 5 minutes of that stream that I did. We gotta get you a semi-competent PC. I have a really good PC now. I just don't play 3D games, and it's not because they're like bad, like my computer can't play it. It's that I get motion sick. It was really fun. I was playing the original with tank control, so it was kind of wonky, but it was really fun. What's a tank control? Is that like having the steering wheel? Project Zomboid is quite hard to get good at. Yeah, I was really bad at it. But at least I was playing with people who could carry me. I like when I play games with people who can carry me. I got that. Wait, what? Let's I learned how to do a not actual screaming, but it's like fake. Get down with the sickness! Get down with the sickness! Howdy, have a good rest of your day. But I think that's really cool. I don't know what it means to have tank controls, but you know, oh, WASD is kind of a lot of old gamers use it. Is it bad to use WASD? I like WASD. I like having a controller, but it's always such humbug to set it up, so I like using the WASD controls a lot. Controls like an RC car. I can't drive, but I like on the Wii when you play Mario Kart when it has the wheel, so it feels like you're driving a car. Pushing left and right rotates your character instead of moving them left or right. So you rotate with left and right, and then forward moves you straight. Oh, that's kind of cool. The third-person camera is fixed. Yeah, they have better description of tank controls than me. The third-person camera is fixed and the player is controlled from that POV. Oh, okay. That kind of reminds me of like DS games, like old DS games. I used to play a lot of like the 3D-ish games on, or sorry, 3D-ish games on the DS and stuff instead. Like, I didn't have problems with 3D-ish games until I started playing them on the PC, because I can play 3D games on the Switch and on the DS. Mario 64 DS was a nightmare control. I've actually never played a Mario game except for Mario and Luigi, the like brothers one where you like play on the DS and like you control the top and the bottom screen. Other than that, I've never played a Mario game. Hi, Conclaver! I like, well, I guess most of the games before I started streaming were just all DS games. I was be like, yeah, like, I know these other games, but I don't actually know anything. I don't know why I always try to pretend like I know something when I really don't know anything. I like, what is it called? I think the, like, closest to a full 3D game on the PC that I've played before streaming was Skyrim on the Switch, and that I can barely play that on the Switch because I mean on the PC because I get motion sick. But I do enjoy it enough for it. A screen size issue? I mean, when I streamed Skyrim, I made the screen like super small. It was basically like it was about the size of a Switch screen was how small I made it. And I still got sick. And also it sucked ass because I couldn't get closer to the screen without my tracking getting bad. Skyrim's pretty. Who said Skyrim's pretty old right now? What do you mean? In what world? Skyrim's still young, just like me. Skyrim is still young, just like I am. You know, because I'm so youthful, and so is Skyrim. The world of Skyrim is so youthful, don't you know? You know? Skyrim 20th anniversary soon. No, it's not! Don't say that. It's high fidelity and the camera makes you mushroom sick. It might be that it's high fidelity. Like, I have been told by people it might be because of how the screen is on the Switch versus the screen on the PC. Skyrim is almost old enough to drive? Well, you know what? Toka can't drive. I can't drive. What's a PS3? Is that like... I didn't see that your dispatch stream... My dispatch stream is not on Saturday, it's on Sunday! Wait, did I set the waiting room wrong? Oh my god, I'm gonna jump. What? There ain't no way. Did I set it for the wrong day? Oh, I'm losing it. Oh my gosh, I'm not even real. Is this for real? Oh! Oh! What the heck? This is crazy. It's supposed to be on the 11th. I can't stream Dispatch today. What are you talking about? What do you mean? No, I'm not streaming. Not streaming Dispatch today. I have a show to watch. I have to leave in like 12 minutes to go to a show. That's crazy. I really thought that I was like doing that tomorrow. I don't know how I set the room wrong. That's insane. What's that? What does that even mean? I'm dual wielding. Can you imagine? I'm streaming this and then like I have a second stream key and I'm also streaming Dispatch at the same time. In between talking to you here, I'm clicking the options in Dispatch and watching the cutscenes. I suddenly feel older. I feel older every day. Wait, that's not a real sentence. Sorry. Take that back. What do you mean? I feel older all the time. Sorry, that also doesn't make that much sense. I feel like every day I'm making decisions and living in a way that makes me feel like I'm aging. Speaking of shows, when is the Glee watch along? Well, I don't feel like killing my channel. Can you imagine? Do you think people would actually show up? Would anyone show up if I did Glee watch along? Do you think people actually would show up if I did that? Or do you think everyone would be like, ew, why are you watching Glee? That show's old and no one likes it. None of this watch-alongs, you just can't provide the shorts? I mean, I've put in a lot of watch-alongs. I just think Glee is a very interesting piece of content. Like, it's got a lot of interesting humor. And it's got a lot of good music, though. I have considered doing that. I do really want to rewatch Glee. But if we all watch Glee, then we would know everything about you. No, if you watch Glee, then we would be able to talk about Glee. What are you talking about? If we watch Glee, then you would understand all of the references that I make. There's 6 seasons of Glee, guys. That's like more than one. It's got a lot of content. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the soft of mind, the smooth of brain. I think there's only 6. We're 6. We're 1. Wait, how many seasons of Glee? I thought there was only 6. Yes, 6 seasons and 121 episodes. 121 episodes of Glee! Well, there's not 6 of us. There's 7 of us. We're 7 of a kind. No something glory. But no, there's 6 seasons and there's over 500 songs. Over 500 songs. And Christmas albums, guys. Did you know? I listen to the Christmas albums every single year. Glee is a very long-lasting good show. 6 seasons of Glee. 13, I think, episodes each. All of them around 1 hour, right? 45 minutes. Because when you would watch them on the television, it would be like... stuff. It was really, really good and very engaging. And I think the first season is probably... I was about to say a lie. Well, is it a lie or is it a truth? Or is it a hidden truth? Here's the thing. In theory, you could say that the first season of Glee is the best season of Glee. But that would mean that you think that all of the best music is also in season 1, which I do not agree with. I don't think the best season is all musically is all in season 1. But I mean, I think the best music in Glee is in season 3. But I mean, I also think that season 3 is one of the worst seasons of Glee. And in some places, people might say that season 3 is the best season of Glee. Now, people might say that because that's like when a bunch of stuff happens and like, but my favorite character doesn't get introduced until season 4. Think about that. My favorite character doesn't get introduced till season 4, and she's only in seasons 4 and 5 and not in season 6. I can't even recommend to you that my favorite character's seasons are the good seasons, even though I like her the most. And that tells you a lot about Glee. We're talking about the best TV show to ever exist. Sorry, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We're talking about the second best TV show to ever exist, which is Glee. Is it Melissa Benoist? Yeah, it is. Or Benoit, I guess it's a French name. It is. It's Marley Rose, my favorite Glee character. Marley Rose is just the most perfect girl character ever. She is so cute. She is so nice. And she has the voice of an angel. I think her singing is like actually phenomenal. And I like it way more than Lea Michele singing in Glee. But if Lea Michele ever heard that, she probably would just say that I have poor taste and bad ears and I can't sing. Ah, show Buffy watch along instead. I've considered doing a Buffy watch along. See, the problem with a lot of TV shows that I really like is that they're really long. Like, I like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I like Glee. I like Lost Girl, which is also really long. I like Teen Titans. And those are all like, all of those shows have like more than 4 seasons. I like The Good Place. That's a really long show too. Like, but I mean a lot of good shows have a lot of seasons. Oh my god, I love Criminal Minds, and that has like, Criminal Minds is like 20,000 years long. Lost Girl, yay Canada. I know, right? I love Lost Girl, Canada. You know, I told Yui about Lost Girl and she never heard about it before. It made me feel really old. I told Yui about it. She was like, what's that? I was like, I might just jump. Oh my god. And then also, I love Victorious, which is actually Trash Fire Heap and also iconic. Victorious is such a trash heap, and I think it's one of the best shows ever, but it's such a trash heap. I wouldn't watch it, but also I would love watching it, and I watch it all the time. I don't know, I watch a lot of shows that people like either say are like masterpieces of television, or people will say that they are trash. Like, there's not an in-between for me. I don't really watch a lot of like mediocre television. I either watch something that people might call like a masterpiece or something that is actually like slop, but I like it anyway, you know? Like, I'm not really good at watching middle level television. I think it's because for a bad TV show to be good, it has to be trash level. You know, it has to be slop level for it to be good. Like, what do you call? I also really like it's like the Descendants series. Like, I've never said it was. I don't truly believe that Descendants is a masterpiece of cinema, but like, I think it's kind of bad, and I think that it makes it really good. The same with the zombie stuff. Like, do I actually believe it's like really good television? Absolutely not. But I think it's entertaining. If Descendants and zombies and Teen Beach movies were any better than the level that they were, they would not be good anymore. You know? Is there any anime you'd want to watch along with? Well, there's Revue Starlight. I'm in love with that show. It's one of my favorite animes in the whole world. And I also really like and that is 12 episodes, and it has a movie, and the movie I think is actually one of the best anime movies I've ever seen in my whole life. I also really like Magical Girl Raising Project, and I like Magical Girl Sight, which those two are kind of trash. And I like a lot of Magical Girl animes. I like Princess Tutu. I like what do you call? I love Love Live. And oh, I like this. It's called The Selection Project, which is also kind of a mid-idol anime. But I mean, the thing about it is that the animation is peak. It's just that the plot's kind of really confusing. And the characters don't have any development, so you don't really care about them at all. But the music's banger. I watch a lot of idol and Magical Girl animes. And then I do also like some of the like isekai stuff, especially villainous animes where there's Yuri. Oh my god, Yuri! Yuri! Oh. You know what anime I would watch with you? It's called Strawberry Panic, and it's like this really old Yuri that I'm a huge fan of. It was my first Yuri anime. Strawberry Panic, oh my god, peak drama Yuri. I own the light novel. I own the manga. I've watched the anime so many times. I love Strawberry Panic. I also wouldn't mind ever watching Akuma no Riddle, which is the anime that I picked my name from. Akuma no Riddle has the main character in it is named Tokaku. And she has this shorter than her girl that she's paired with that has red hair, and she's really sweet, and like it's like her hair is like up on the sides, like two side pigtails. And she might have a hairstyle like mine, and like the Tokaku girl might have a hairstyle like mine, and it might be blue. You know, what can I say? I still need to watch Utena. I tried watching Utena. I never really got into it, but I think it's because it's very the plot's very like dark. I don't watch a lot of dark plotted anime anymore. Though I will say I did watch The Witch of Mercury. That one was very intense. And it scared me a little bit. But I mean, what you gonna do? I get stressed out watching like most animes nowadays. I'm excited for the Magical Girl Raising Project. They're doing the next season is coming out. This upcoming summer, I think. And I'm really excited for when that comes out. Cause that's like my like sort of like thing. Like I'm like, whoa, after like 9 years you're finally continuing it. You know what needs to come out? Another season of Hoseki no Kuni, but they'll never do it. God knows they'll never do it, but I just really don't know why we ever stopped making it, you know? Plus, the animation would look so much better now. But like, whatever. I know they're not gonna do it. I'm just sending wishes into the air or whatever. Like, if anything, like 12 years from now, they'll be like, oh my god, we're gonna finally do Hoseki no Kuni. And I'll be like, oh my god, the freaking... Yeah. Anyway. Gem Girl anime with a weird scary monster? Yeah. Can't they just make 4 seasons of it to finish the story? I know. We need more. I know. There's no way that you only do like barely like more than like a couple of the beginning arcs. Like nothing. They don't. They can't. They literally barely wipe the surface of the story. And I'm like, okay, so like, what was the point? Just to make me get my hopes up? But I mean, I know that it was mostly to just get people to read the manga, so it's like whatever. Oh, you know another Yuri that I've been watching recently also is I actually was watching it, but I haven't watched the second season, but I watched the whole first season, and it's called I Will Never Be Your Lover Unless. And it's about this girl who ends up in like a friendship relationship with this other girl in high school, and it's like I think all the episodes are free on YouTube or something, or the first couple episodes are free on YouTube. And then you find the other ones on a totally legit streaming service. But that anime is really cute actually. It was very fluffy and I really liked it. I also recently finished watching 100 Girlfriends because I don't know. I have obviously the most peak taste ever and don't watch slop, but it's like my slop and it's for me. I watched all of 100 Girlfriends because I have a problem and I'm not afraid to say it. I love harem anime. I think it's cute. Like, I was like, oh my god, they love each other so much. That's just so peak for me. Like, everyone's so happy and they love each other. There's nothing bad happens in 100 Girlfriends. The fragrant flower blooms with dignity. You know what I want to watch at some point is that new Demon Child anime. The one where she's just a baby and she's super cute and endearing and she's just a baby. I saw it on my Twitter timeline. Blooms with dignity. Okay, I wrote that down. And then there's Kanojo. Okay. Oh, I think I've seen this art before. I just never watched it. I do like the quintessential quintuplets too. I just like happy stories with happy people and love. But I don't want it to be too lovey-dovey because then I get sick to my stomach. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, I just don't like when it's like too much kissing. Don't kiss. Just be cute and hold hands and be funny. Kissing once in a while is fine, but when there's too much kissing, then I'm like, it's like I'm watching the H word, and I don't want to watch that. Don't kiss too much. Like Sakura Kiss, when I watched Sakura Kiss, that was like the most I could watch. Like any more than that, and it's too much. I gotta turn my TV off. Sakura Kiss was the limit. I was like, oh my gosh, they're kissing again. I felt like I had to close my eyes. I was like, there's too much happening on my screen. I'm not talking about H anime. I'm talking about how I think H anime is a little bit too much for me. I like just a little bit of kissing on my screen, and it shouldn't be too much. And honestly, a little bit more than a peck is a little bit too much for me. Like the amount of kissing I see in Strawberry Panic is like peak Yuri for me. It's like they kiss once, a little bit. There's like one scene where like her hand goes a little farther, and then it's like, whoa. And then her breath hitches, and then it pans away. Oh, beautiful. Then I don't have to see anything else. Beautiful. Other than that, it's like, oh my god. What's happening on my screen? Oh my god. I gotta look away. And then the sounds, I'm like, oh my goodness. Whoa. Turn it down. I can hear the saliva. Stop it. Stop it. Embarrassing. Hazukashi. But, okay. We have to find someone to raid, because I have to go and get ready to go to this play that I'm attending tonight. Okay, let me see the back end of my YouTube. But I'll be back tomorrow for Dispatch. I will be back tomorrow for Dispatch. And then this upcoming week, we're gonna be playing Agree. We're gonna be, other than Agree, we'll be also playing, what is it called? We're gonna be playing Look Outside, which is sort of Funger-like, I guess, is what you could call it. And then if we don't finish Dispatch tomorrow, then we'll also be, what do you call? If we don't hit Funger tomorrow, or Funger, I'm thinking about Look Outside. If we don't finish Dispatch, then we'll finish Dispatch this upcoming week, and then we have a couple other things to try out as well. But we'll be trying to actually finish more games this upcoming year. That's a new goal of mine, is to finish more games. So we have to finish more games. Because I've been dropping game when I feel like I'm done with it and I want to do something else. But I really should try to finish more stuff. Okay, so yeah. But we are going to raid into Ava, or Avartia Hawthorne from Variance Project. Ava is, I would say, like, she's like, what do you call? A cool version of a theater kid. I'm like, if I'm a dorky version of a theater kid, then I would call Ava a cool version of a theater kid. Or if I was to say that my aesthetic is a librarian core version of a theater kid, then I would call Ava the cool punk version of the theater kid. But she's celebrating but she's celebrating 5K, and she's really iconic, and I love her. We talk about Glee and theater together all the time, but I really love her. So we're gonna raid into her. We're gonna do
Welcome to the Toga Cult, Crybaby.
Did you hear that? Was that just loud for me, or was that loud for everyone? I guess I'll just... Thank you! Thank you for being a member for 12 months. Thank you. Okay, so now it's too loud. Okay, I'll turn it down just a little bit now. See, we're figuring out the levels as we go. But also, so we're gonna send, this is the raid message, but also before I leave, I was gonna say, if you want, wait, did it already end? Wait, I have to go check the website. I was about to say you should buy your merch before it ends. Did it already end? Am I stupid? Thought it was like the 14th that our stuff ends. Oh my god, it ended yesterday! I'm jumping off. I'm jumping off! Okay, whatever then. Don't look then. I won't say nothing. I was about to say you should buy it because I think it ends tonight. Oh my god, guys, quickly buy your anniversary merch because you didn't turn it off yet. You can still get it! He didn't turn it off! You can still get the merch! It's still available! We have anniversary merch and he didn't turn it off yet! But if you want your Toka merch, you should get it tonight because I almost forgot. And then my mom and I bought our merch before I left. But before I leave, also, I want to mention that we're gonna be at Oshi Uplink this year. Which is, not now, it's like months from now, but we're gonna be at Oshi Uplink! Look at that! That's a Canadian con! Whoa, Canada! That's where Yui lives! Canada! That big country on the map! Country, Canada! The Canadians! We love Canadians! They like many things like maple leaves, and poutine, and maple syrup, and the cold. So, and I guess some Canadians really like pecora. But we're gonna be at Oshi Uplink, so if you're attending, don't forget that all of SVP will be at Oshi Uplink. Please support this con. It has Canada. It is Canada. Yeah. But anyway, Anyway, we're gonna be raiding into Ava, and I'll see you all tomorrow. This is the raid message. And I will see you all soon, okay? Thank you for spending time with me and yapping. I will see you tomorrow and also probably yap. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Win!